Hey guys, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to the place where we tarot and heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Alright, welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope all is well. It's good to be back. Holy cow. Whew. That was something. That was a little break. That was a little breaky break that I needed. Alright, let's get started. I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know for the full moon in Virgo? Let's do this. What do we need to know? Okay, we have the Sage coming out. Okay, it's the energy of that wisdom. Okay, stepping into that magician energy with this, with the experience in your toolbox. Okay, the experience, the wisdom, and the lessons. You know, all that in your toolbox. It's putting us into Sage mode. This wiser energy, an older, wiser, elder energy, version of ourselves, right? All right. That's too much. Some wisdom is going to be needed to handle situations, okay? At times where you might have felt triggered. You might be led to express compassion in times where you might not really want to, okay? And that is going to, it's probably going to be easier for you to do so because you stepped into a new level of wisdom, okay? All right. Ooh, strength. See, being compassionate in times when it's kind of hard to, let's say being compassionate in time, I'm being reminded of the previous moon reading where we were talking about getting out of the way, justice being served, because there was an injustice being had, and you just have to get out of the way and let things happen. Now it seems as if there's a need for you to have compassion, learn to forgive and let go. That's a different type of strength. Okay. Where are we going with this? The Seeker. And the Explorer. This feels like, okay. All right. This feels like, I don't know if this is going to be one particular situation or if it's just a new way of being that's going to make you stretch, okay? In time, like I said, in times where, let's say somebody wants to argue with you and you're like, I don't need to. I can rise above this. Instead of feeding into the madness. You know, that's the energy that we're being led to. And it's just coming from the energy of knowing better. All right, cool. All right, let's keep it moving. Where are we at? 320. Okay. What have we created since the new moon? What have we created since the new moon? Also, listen to your body. Now, I say that because while I was tapping in, like my back, like the shoulders started hurting. I'm like, what's going on? Why is that coming out during the meditation? And then Ask Body kind of popped out a little bit, and that the card popped out in that Threads of Fate Oracle deck. It's something about listening to your body, like following your gut instinct, okay? Let's say if you're talking to someone. You're talking to someone and let's say you feel like, I don't know, nauseous. Or if you feel a sinking in your stomach, you know, things like that. You feel drained. You get a headache, you know, talking to this person. Pay attention to your body. Your body is showing you like who's right, who's on a right vibration for you and who isn't, all right? If you talk to someone and after talking to them all the time, you feel like drained or you feel like sad, you don't feel uplifted, like look for the people who uplift you after you talk to them, you know? All right. Let's go. What have we created since the new moon? All right, these are too many cards. High Priestess coming out. All right. Talking about the intuition, speaking through our bodies, right? But let's keep going. What have we created since the new moon? It won't lead you astray. It can solve a world of problems if you just listen, right? Listen to the subtleties, okay? The subtleties in which your intuition speaks to you. It'll be different for everyone, okay? It depends on whatever your gift is. If you have clairaudience or clairsentience or whatever it is for you, figure out what that is and use that superpower. Use it. It's a tool. It's a cheat code for life, you know? Use it. It can definitely save you from the petty conflicts with the Five of Wands in reverse. So Five of Wands in reverse. Following your intuition with the High Priestess upright is going to help you avoid these petty things that don't really matter. These petty hurdles that don't really need to be experienced. Not all disagreements or not all problems have to happen. Sometimes we walk into problems because we're ignoring our intuition. All right? Not all of them is like a lesson from God, a lesson from the universe. Some of it is just us being stupid. All right? So it's time to start listening to your body more here. All right? Back to the Strength card. Having the strength and conviction, okay, to do that. That does require strength. For other people to tell you, no, that doesn't make sense, and then for you to do it anyway because you have that sense of conviction and belief in your spirit and the belief in your higher self and the belief in your guides if you're connected to them, to have that level of strength, all right? That's what we need to work on here, all right? Worrying about other people and their damn problems, or worrying about other people and their opinions, and now you caught up in somebody's petty nonsense that you have no business being caught up in. Use it when it comes to dating. Use it when it comes to choosing a job. When you're applying for that job, how do you feel about that? Does your heart skip a beat? Like, oh no, I definitely want to do that. Or are you feeling like, I mean, it's cool. People who inspires, oh, that's cool. Energy from you, and who actually lights your fire. Follow that, okay? That is something. All right. Where are we now? Where are we now? You have the Ace of Wands coming out. It's coming out in reverse. But the Ten of Wands coming out sideways. I feel like whatever this passion, this new door of opportunity is, the Ace of Wands is a window of opportunity for passion, right? I feel like this is a long time coming, all right? Some of you guys have been caught up in somebody else's drama so much, you was pushing away your own thing. All right. Ten of Wands coming out. Carrying burdens, unnecessary burdens, all right? Trying to be a fixer-upper. All right, hold on. I feel like there's some things that's trying to come through, but we're too focused on this petty, whatever this is. Actually, let's look into that. What is that Five of Wands about? This energy is funny because it came out as like, it came out in a few ways. Like, you worrying about paying somebody else's bills when you could be putting that money into your own business, you know? Or you worrying about helping them out with their relationship and you got to worry about your own love life. You know, it's something like that that's happening here. This can be like family, okay? It could be friends. All right. But let's see what that Five of Wands. Either way, it's business that you ain't got no business in that. All right? You got your own business to take care of. You got shit to do. All right, let's go. Why is this Five of Wands here? Yeah, see? This is burden. Oh, gosh. Where's that other deck? All right, what about the High Priestess? 10 to home. 10 to home. Okay. This can also manifest as you putting other people ahead of your own desires. It's time to tend to your own home. This could be your physical home. Definitely physical home with the Virgo energy and cleaning up and organizing. Okay. But also the home of your heart. Tending to your own heart. Okay. Making sure your cup is filled up. That's why I had to take that break in February. You're like, look, you out here doing this and that, bitch. Fill up your own cup. Listen, all right, I get it now. All right. Spirit did not say bitch. I just added that in added that colorful commentary in. All right, let's go. What's next? What's coming to our awareness? What's coming to our awareness? Yeah, Hermit energy, see? The Hermit energy, coming out with the Seven of Swords. Tending to your inner world, tending to your own heart, tending to your own desires, filling up your own cup. Water, yes, look at that with the Three of Pentacles coming out and the Two of Wands. All right. The Two of Wands, that's about your plans, your ambitions, whatever, your goals, whatever it is you're looking ahead for, you're trying to go towards. It's like in the Three of Pentacles, that's about building, right? Cooperation. It could be co-creating with the spirit, right? It was coming out in reverse. Upright is you watering those seeds, all right? It seems like we're falling off track. We're probably distracted, getting distracted by other people's business, okay? Or this could be letting other people come in and distract you. It's either you're digging your nose in somebody else's business or somebody's coming in and they're messing up, you know, they're distracting you from handling your own. Either way, it's time for you to just buckle down and handle your own with the Hermit energy here, all right? This can be social media. It's like you got things to plan. You have seeds to water. You have goals to accomplish. Okay, you have things you want to manifest. Are you being persistent with that, with those goals? Or are you, when you're writing down your goals or whatever the case is, let's say you're brainstorming a plan, and then you get distracted when someone calls you. Or you get distracted when someone texts you. Or you stop working on this project and you start going on social media. Now, next thing you know, it's 2 hours later, you didn't get anything done. You know, things like that. How much are you watering your manifestations that you claim that you want so bad? Are you putting in that work? Are you watering it? Are you watering it with positive thoughts, with affirmations, with actual work, with steps? All right. What's no longer serving us? All right, now you saw how that card flipped up? Oh, look at that, Ace of Cups. See, some are too focused on love. Some are too focused on love, and they're not focusing on their own stuff. Some might be looking at love as the answer. All right. Did I say this in the last reading? I said it in some reading, though. It was like, listen, you're looking for an emperor or you're looking for an empress. It's like, are you an emperor? Are you an empress? It's like you're worrying about somebody else. Are they doing their thing or are they right for me? And it's like, tend to your own. Like, with the Seven of Swords, See, with the Hermit card coming out in reverse with the Seven of Swords, this is like you don't want to look in at this. This energy is not the best energy. Seven of Swords is shitty energy, right? Somebody doesn't want to, us as a collective, we're avoiding this shadow energy. We don't want to look into that, all right? We don't want to look in how we shady and how we this and that and that. We're just like, look, I want my emperor or empress to come through and do this and that and that. And it's like, yeah, but you're carrying this energy. As long as you're carrying this energy, you're not going to get that thing that you want, all right? Whatever that is, whether that's a person, whether that's a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? If you want a certain amount of money and then you carry this shady ass energy, okay, you're not planting the right seeds. You're not cooperating. You're not watering. Back to that previous video, that Patreon snippet that I posted about finding the mole in your backyard. Is like, you feel like you're planting seeds. You feel like you're doing all the right things, but then you go to sleep. You go to sleep and you see that all the leaves, everything that you've planted is being ripped out. Why is that? It's because of this part of you that you're failing to see. All right? Check out that reading. It's Find Your Mole in Your Backyard or something like that. All right. How do we release and let go? Ace of Pentacles. You have 3 aces coming out. All right. All right. Some of us have been going for the right thing in the wrong way. You have the Devil card coming out with the 5 of Swords. You also have that 7 of Swords coming out, right? That energy of, this is kind of a shifty energy, okay? It's a shadowy energy. It's not the energy that's going to serve you, all right? Some of us have been going for, we've been looking outwardly when it comes to pursuing this manifestation, and we've either been doing it for the wrong reasons. It does. It feels like the wrong motivation. It's time to see that clearly now, all right? That's going to bring on a new level of wisdom and strength. Oh, sorry, the strength card. All right. So this, for example, let's say you were done wrong, right? And then you start going for a career in blah, blah, blah. Fill in a blank. You can go for that career with the energy of passion and love and forward thinking. Or you can go for it fueled by hate and fueled by bitterness and resentment. We're being led to make that switch now. Be conscious of our motivations for what we're going for. This reminds me of a reading that I did for, it was either Scorpio or Aquarius, possibly, a couple of months ago, where they were going for, it felt like a love interest. And it was like a soulmate, but their motivation for going for it was to win, right? When they could be going for this soulmate, it was the right thing, but their approach and the mentality that they carried in going for it was going to ruin it. Whatever they thought they were watering it was actually going to fall down because of this energy that they weren't looking at. They were failing to see. The Hermit card is coming out in reverse because this is not being introspective. This is kind of letting this mole run in the backyard, run rampant, and sabotage things, okay? In a real life practical sense, this can manifest as you meet someone and then you find a reason, you know, let's say it's a match, like it really, like it's actually a true match. Assuming that it's a true match, and someone might do something or say something or pick at something to make it, to cause a separation. That's what I'm feeling here. This can be a cycle of this energy. It's like our shadow has been running in the background and been doing things behind our backs. Like, at face value, we're doing this. We see the seeds, we're planting them, we're growing them. And then once we turn our head, it's like our shadow starts creeping around and you're just like being mischievous and start throwing, you know, messing things up. It's time to have a clear assessment of that. Understand that that part is there and it's okay. But if you keep your back turned to this type of energy that you're carrying, it's going to keep running rampant. Our shadows are only moving in this way because they want the attention. Give it the attention it deserves. Hug it. Figure out what its motivation is, which will stem from, you know, some old pain, unresolved pain. That's all it really is usually. Okay? Not everything in the shadow is dark or bad, or, you know, or negative. But with this energy, it is definitely some sabotaging energy happening here. Understand where this is coming from. Really start to go deeper into that. That is going to give you a stronger sense of self, a knowledge, a clearer knowledge of self here. Seeking the answers is going to give you that knowledge of self, and it's going to give you the strength and courage and wisdom to move forward with your own conviction, because now you have a clearer sense of who you are, both the good, bad, and the ugly. You don't have to worry about, oh, why did, I wonder if I'm going to mess this up, you know what triggers your shadow. You know, it's just just start tapping into the shadow, start journaling. I'm a fiend for journaling, okay? I am a journaling freaking advocate out here. Journal. Explore where the shadow energy is coming from. If you know, I mean, first, you have to be honest with who you are. You have to be honest with, oh shit, I made a mistake there. I was messed up for that. You have to have a level of honesty with yourself, so start there. And then you'll be able to dig deeper and see what your motivations are, both the good and bad and ugly, and then you can move accordingly, okay? All right. How do we release? Oh, did we do that? Whatever. How do we release? Knight of Wands. It's like, don't shy away from that. The Knight of Wands is like moving full steam ahead. You know, look at all this excitement. Having this new sense of self is liberating, even though it can be painful to go in and like look at the shitty parts. But once you understand it, then you can control it. And it's no longer just doing what it does. All right. Oh my God. All the cards just fell. All right. What are the blockages? For some, that moment is going to be a tower moment because you might realize how you might have sabotaged certain things. Okay. It's just cleaning house, okay, of your own heart. Cleaning out that backyard. So there might be some epiphanies, okay. Now the fact that the first card that came out was a High Priestess, this is a part of us that was hidden, right? And now the High Priest is ready to show up, like, okay, now that, you know, let's get to the nitty gritty of the issue. And I feel like that has been the theme for the past couple of moon readings, but I feel like the full moon in Virgo is about to hit home as to specifically like what that thing is, you know. For example, if you've been focusing on like, oh man, you have the story, oh, I can never get money or whatever. You're going to find out what that reason is. How you've been sabotaging. If it's about love, like, oh, I can never find love and people always do this and that to me, you're going to find out the role that you played in probably sabotaging situations or love experiences that didn't have to turn out, you know, didn't have to go left. That's going to be a tough one. It's a tough moment, okay? And it's something that it feels like it's just something that we haven't seen within ourselves, okay? But it's a moment of looking, you know, getting a hard look in the mirror, like an honest reflection, you know? All right. This is an opportunity for the full moon in Virgo. It depends on how much quiet time you spend with yourself. If you set the intention of doing so, then that will be the opportunity there. If you decide to just keep your mind busy, keep it in a fog, stay on social media, stay around people, or, you know, keep the TV on all day, then you're not going to have that experience, right? So it's up to you. This is just the opportunity of the full moon in Virgo right now as I'm receiving the message. All right. What's the blockage? Five of Pentacles. All right. Wow, here we are with the Tower coming out. Yeah, it's a Tower moment. It's a Tower moment that's gonna bring healing, right? It's a good Tower. It's gonna help us break free from the feeling of missing out, the feeling of loss. I'm feeling like Sun card, wow, at the bottom of the deck here. I'm feeling like it's going to liberate us from whatever story we were telling ourselves that's been stopping us, okay, from receiving whatever it is that we want to receive. Because it is some type of internal battle, an internal story that we've been carrying, and we've just been running that script, running that program over and over. So whatever that corrupted code of programming is, it is going to come to the forefront. It is going to be highlighted for us so that we can delete that code and then experience this as we're meant to, simply because it is time. All right. What's 5 of Pentacles here? Oh my God. All right. This is going to be a deep one. This is going to hit like it's cutting through the meat and getting to the bone. Okay? This is a truth that is going to hit hard about ourselves. Yeah. It's all right, hold on. So, clarifying this Five of Pentacles, this feeling of loss, lack, poverty, the thing that makes us sabotage things or create this perpetual cycle of loss. This is tough. We have the mask, the false mask coming out with the child. Like I said, we're going to realize that we covered up some very like deep unresolved issues. Okay, childhood energy. And how this turned us into this as adults. Okay? Whatever was this is deep. Oh my God. The things that were our coping mechanisms as kids, it turned us into shady behavior as adults. Now, we all have shady behavior. It doesn't matter how enlightened you are or intuitive you are. We all have a yin, a yang. And I feel like the more you experience the light, the more you see the darkness. I'll tell you. But no, I digress. I feel like, somebody had this energy before, probably Pisces, a couple of months ago. We all come into this life, we have this programming that we step into, the programming of the family grid or whatever grid we are born into. It comes with a set of rules, it comes with a set of experiences and behaviors, learned behaviors. It comes with a set of pain, it comes with a set of joys, and it comes with all the things that shape us and mold us as we learn and navigate the world with our young, childlike minds, right? With those experiences, we've all learned how to navigate the world based on just the grid that we were born into, right? And it became coping mechanisms because not everybody is, nothing is perfect, right? It birthed some false sense of realities, okay, that we now have to break free from. So we're going to realize the programming that we created for ourselves just to survive in this world, okay? And it doesn't have to be super traumatic. It can, could be on that range, okay? From traumatic to, just, somebody stole your lollipop in school and now you hate candy. Whatever that is. It could be light or dark, but I mean, this definitely runs deep, but we don't have to go that deep in his reading. But it is deep. It created some false programming, some false belief systems that now have to be broken as we grow into this, right? Now, we have this card coming out at the bottom of the deck. This is a card of maturation. Once we realize, okay, first of all, we have to realize that this snake energy exists within us. That Seven of Swords energy, that sabotage energy, it exists within us. We have to understand that first. Then once we understand that, as I mentioned, now you have to understand where it came from. What was your motivation? What need were you trying to fulfill as a child? Oh God, that made you this, that created this beast as an adult. Whew. I read like a tweet that said our love language is really our love language is what we lacked as a child, what we lacked to receive, what we failed to receive as a kid. So it's like holding ourselves accountable, like, okay, this is who I am now. First of all, this is my shitty side. Now, where did the shitty side come from? Okay, it came from back then. I have this upbringing that did A, B, and C. All right, cool. There's a need to just recognize that. Something about just recognizing it and looking at it head on, it brings healing. The illumination of it, it breaks you free from that, dare I say, curse. It breaks you free. It could be as deep as a generational curse, or it could just be, just a programming that you created. It does have generational curse energy to it, or whatever. The programming. It breaks you free from that. It creates a healing. And that's where the wisdom comes through. The sage. That's how the sage is born. Coming out of this water, this deep water. Where we at? Anytime I get too deep, I'm like, all right, what time is it? We done? All right. After you face the fact that you do have that shadow side. Then 2, figure out what created that monster. Then you'll see, oh, it's just a wounded child. 3, you start to get to the motivation of this wounded child. Why did this wounded child put up this mask in the first place? Why couldn't this child be authentically them? What need do they need to fulfill? Then you get to the meat of what it is that you need for yourself, and you start filling up your own cup, tending to your own home, and not looking out there and trying to get somebody else to fill it up for you. You start speaking your own love language for yourself. This requires a level of honesty and accountability and a willingness to continue to grow. Not everybody goes down this route, but this is an opportunity. We can all say that we're a product of our environments, but at a certain point, we already know as adults, you can't keep telling that same story that you had as a child. You gotta grow up and say, look, all right, now, if I'm being a piece of shit at this age, I'm just a piece of shit now. Because we all have this wounded child energy. Now, how do you manage this energy? Do you let it run rampant and then just be like, oh, they're just doing this thing, I just don't know, it's just who I am? Are you doing that, or are you managing this and taking control and taming this inner child? All right, let's move forward. What are we feeling to see? 3838, I like that number. Okay. 8-3, that's 11. Oh, that's 1111. Nice. Okay. 22. And 4. Foundations. Okay. Yeah, it is going to help you build a solid foundation from there. From a wiser space, it's going to help you build a solid foundation, a stronger foundation on whatever it is you're trying to build moving forward. Because you have that new level of self, the new knowledge of self. Now you can come into a relationship, for example, knowing who you are, knowing your triggers, knowing what your downfalls are, okay? Knowing what environments will trigger your shadow. Knowing what behaviors will trigger your wounded inner child. So now you're not out here blaming others like, you hurt me, you did this. You're like, oh, that behavior triggered my inner child. I understand this comes from my sense of abandonment. And now you can handle it. You can manage it instead of making other people responsible for the shit that you should be accountable for. All right. 10 of Pentacles. this foundational energy. Foundation. This is also family energy. Home. Home energy. It's about taking care of home. Taking care of you. Don't be walking around with all this baggage and then you leaving it at somebody else's doorstep and you expect them to take care of it for you. That ain't right. You take care. You go look in that bag. You putting a bag at my doorstep and you want me to go up in there and look up in there and try to help you out? Clean out your baggage? Clean out your baggage. All right? Don't expect someone to do it for you. And I don't think people do it knowingly. But I feel like it is natural to, you know, like, this is what I'm coming with, you know, like, maybe you can help fix me. Maybe your love will change everything. And it's like, that is holding someone else accountable for your own happiness. That's not the way. We already know that. Anyway, strength card keeps coming out. This is going to require some strength. Okay. It's going to help build strength. You're just going to have a stronger sense of self because of it. You're going to be able to move with more conviction because you did the work. This is some work, okay? This is the inner work, this shadow and inner child work here, okay? The people who do this, yeah, it's a level of conviction. It's a level of strength. A level of security in your own self and nobody can take away. Yeah. So we have the strength card coming out, 2 of swords, and the 9 of swords coming out. See, I keep stressing, like, not everybody's going to take this route. This is a choice. As I keep saying, like, this is an opportunity. You're going to get this truth bomb, you know, something that's going to hit the core, like, oh, that's why. Or, oh, wow, I was a piece of shit for that. It's going to be something like that. Something like that that's going to happen. And it's like, what are you going to do with that information now? Are you going to continue to blame the world? Are you going to continue to blame your upbringing? Are you going to continue to blame your environment, your parents, your siblings, your teachers, the person that broke your heart? Are you going to keep blaming all those people for being who, you know, for being who you are? You know, what are you going to do with that information now? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Like, that's not going to, everybody ain't going to do that. Whatever. 3 of swords. Some people in it is just, they're just going to want to live in that bitterness. They're going to want to live in that pain. So just be mindful of that. We all have this opportunity that's going to come up. Everybody's going to treat it differently. So whatever. Can't take them all. 3 of swords. You do you though. That's the energy here. Take care of your own shit. Because we all got our own shit. Now, if you see somebody trying to pile up and throw their shit at your doorstep, just know what that is. No, I'm not doing that right now. Set that proper boundary. Okay? I feel like some people might have the inclination because if anybody gets hit with this truth bomb and they're not ready to do the work for themselves, they might want to jump into someone else's world, either to distract themselves, oh my gosh, back to distractions, or to be fixed by someone, you know, trying to make it look like, or trying to make someone else, either trying to make someone else the answer for their issue or trying to make them a scapegoat so they can find someone else to blame their bullshit on. Anyway, that got way too deep. Either way, you make sure you tend to your own garden, and you deal with people who are tending to their own garden too, because that allows for the beautiful communal energy, cooperative energy, not a one-sided codependent energy. You know, everybody's just taking care of their own shit. You know, not throwing their shit on other people. All right, 3 of swords. This is all about dropping this is deep pain. All right. That Three of Swords. You have to parent your own inner child now. Okay. That's what the energy is here. Stop letting your inner child be in a corner crying all day, or don't let it run rampant. Don't be that person. Don't be that parent that's letting a kid go ahead and kick every adult in the knee, and the knee got the adult got to sit there and look at the parent like, yo, you're not gonna say nothing about this kid? You're just gonna let this kid run rampant? Don't be that person. Take care of your inner kid. Make sure it's not running rampant and sabotaging things that you're trying to set up. All right. Four of Wands, the foundational energy coming out again, that happy home energy too. For some, this is going to lead to some very like foundational differences when it comes to you and your tribe that you were raised in. This could be family. This could be friends that's been in your life for a really long time. You might notice, wow, okay, this kid, this little kid, my inner child, okay, was trying to cope dealing with y'all moms. And I realized that there is something, I gotta step away. This has the energy, this can be as deep as breaking generational curses or family cycles that are detrimental. All right, and the reason for that is so that it's not repeated when you bring kids to the world, all right? So you're not repeating a cycle of the wounded child becoming this, you know? Not saying that, I mean, we all make mistakes, parents, whatever. But you just won't make the same mistakes. Or hopefully the mistakes will be a bit lighter as you pass the baton. I feel like there's going to be a choice here. Some people are going to want to be blissfully unaware of the cycle because either they don't want to face that they were in such a cycle, or they don't want to face that their environment caused this energy, or they don't want to face that they actually have that type of negative energy within them, okay? Either way, some are going to be led more to denial, and they might double down, while some will do the work and hold themselves accountable and become the sage, become wiser because of it. All right. Damn, I am tea this whole time. I'm gonna do the romance angels. This is not a romantic reading at all. Make the efforts. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Take care of home. Do this work. It'll be worth it, right? It's gonna sting really quickly. It's like getting a shot. You know what I mean? Like, okay, it hurt, and then it's over. You just have to shine light on it. That's all you got to do. You just got to look at it really quickly. Like, just look at it. Very clear as day. Okay? Admit to it. You're like, okay, well, that's there. All right, cool. All right, great. And that's it. Move on, okay? But your acknowledgement of it will do, it will start the healing process, okay? You're not being asked to do anything else but just acknowledge the motivation, acknowledge the shadow that's there and the nature of it in a very like clear way. Not just in a theoretical, oh yeah, I have a shadow, don't we all? It's like, no, really know what your shadow is, how it's triggered, how it moves, you know. Really taking a closer look at that. It's going to be worth it. Make the effort. In doing so, like I said, it is going to affect the love. It is going to affect how you show up in love, okay? Because you're going to move more authentically, because you did work to see all the ins and outs of that thing. You know what's going on in your heart now. All right, so you know what you need to feel loved. So it's going to be easier for you to go out there and find love, the love that you want, right? Instead of getting involved in business that don't pertain to you. Dealing with people you probably had no reasons dealing with. But you're doing it because you just don't know. Okay. About to go down a rabbit hole there. Because it's taking me back to the beginning of dealing with people for the wrong reasons. That's about to get knocked out. Okay? And this could be friends. This could be lovers, obviously. But it's like dealing with like petty things, or wasting your time with people that you don't need to be wasting time with. You're going to realize what the motivation is for that. Anyway, whatever. Make the effort. I'm done. So I feel like I'm about to start preaching up in here. All right. Take time out. Bear spirit. What's the animal spirit? Then we out of here. Because I don't want to incentivize like shadow work, you know. That's why I want to stop myself too, because I do feel like on the other side, I mean, obviously there's incentives after doing spiritual work. Naturally, you do the work, you start seeing the reflection, you start seeing the progress, you know. But yeah, you should just do it because you want to do it better. Look at that. Clear out the clutter with the frog spirit. All right. There's some people in your life, they have no business being there. And they are there because your inner child didn't want to feel alone, or didn't want to feel left out, or, you know, whatever. There's definitely some like lack, fear of missing out type of thing going on there. There's some people that's just cluttering up your space. All right. There's some relationships, you shouldn't have had that relationship. Like it wasn't like like I said, it wasn't like a universal lesson. It was like somebody was just making poor decisions. Okay. It's time to recognize that and clear it out so we can make clearer decisions that make sense. Like, come on. Anyway. It's gonna be a heavy hitter. See, I already had my moment like this like 2 days ago, so I know this is a tough one. But I can say that it's quick. It's just a quick, you just have to take an honest look. And then it's like, all right. I mean, everyone's going to handle it differently. Just make sure that you handle it in a way that brings growth and brings wisdom to you, all right? Hold yourself accountable and don't stop blaming the world. All right. Will Spirit. Trust in a great mystery. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's some good things in store coming out of this. All right, I'm out of here. Rabbit Spirit, now's a lucky time. Yeah, great things are coming after that, all right? And Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. You'll become a better manifester because now you have more of a handle on everything that's going on. Instead of just half of you going for something and trying to plant these seeds and the other half sabotaging, now that you have knowledge of self, all yourselves, now all of it could come together and pour into whatever it is that you want to build moving forward with no sabotaging happening, right? All right, so let's get it. All right, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG. That's Tyrone Hill. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below for personal readings. If you want to surrender, if you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. I'm gonna do more my venting sessions over there. And as well as, you get early access to these readings before I post them on YouTube. All right, well, thank you so much, guys. Until we meet again. Peace.